Good morning, guys and girls, and welcome back to another edition of Nick's Veggie Patch. It's Saturday the 13th of March, which is Mother's Day weekend, and I'm down here at a very chilly, blustery allotment. Lots of jobs that I was hoping to get done today that I obviously can't because the wind is blowing so much down here. I might not be able to get some of the jobs that I wanted to do today done, but I can get a few jobs done in the greenhouse. So I'm going to be repotting on my Carolina Reaper chili plants into bigger pots now, as they are getting too big for the pots that I already have them in. I'm also going to be doing some more seed sowing today, some seeds that I haven't sown yet, get them out of the way. I was hoping to have a move around of the greenhouse and the polytunnel inside, because I've decided to have a little change around if it works, but at the moment it's where it's so windy outside, I can't do that. So I'll just be concentrating on stuff in the greenhouse today, obviously more seed sowing and potting on of the chili Reaper plants, and just basically having a look around the plot to see if I can do anything else. So before I start, I'm going to have a nice hot drink as it's very chilly out there. I'm trying to make sure my polytunnel doesn't blow away, because the last time we had very high winds like this, they were obviously a little bit stronger than this. It basically damaged my polytunnel beyond repair, and I had to get rid of it and buy a brand new one, and I don't want to have to do that this year. My greenhouse, fingers crossed, is structurally sound, and if anything does happen, it will just be if any glass gets shoved out of it and broken. But yeah, so lots to crack on with, guys, and I will come back to you in a bit. Bye for now, guys. Right, guys and gals, welcome back. I'm going to now re-pot on my two Carolina Reaper plants. The sun's actually come out really nicely down here now, so it's quite nice and warm here in the greenhouse. But I wanted to show you something before I did the repotting on. I bought some compost the other day from the local garden centre across the road from my allotments, and I actually at first thought it was really good, and I sieved it in the way some people sieve compost, and I had one bag left, and I've been using it today, and I don't think it's as good as what I thought it would be. And I've actually sieved it and pulled out so much stuff that could go down as bark chippings. There's plastic mixed in with it, different coloured sort of plastic. Yeah, so I won't be buying this again, guys and girls. All that pretty much out of a bag that I've sifted of this multi-purpose compost. Basically I'm going to stick to using the Lidl's one that I bought. I think it's so much better, but yeah, I think this is just a bit shocking, really. I know you do get some bits in a bag, but for me, I think, you know, great big chunks of wood. You know, I'm not going to plant my seeds in that, or whatever I'm going to repot on or use it for. So yeah, I won't be using this one again. I'll just stick to the one I get from Lidl's. But I'm going to crack on now, guys. I just wanted to show you that. I don't know what your opinions are on compost. Yeah, I know you probably all got your favourites that you like to use, but I just think that's pretty much diabolical, really. But yeah, I'm going to crack on now, guys, and I'm going to repot up my Carolina Reaper plants, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Right, guys, welcome back. I've got these size tubs that I'm going to be repotting on my my Carolina Reaper chili plants into these. Obviously slightly bigger than the pots they're already in. I did ask a mate of mine who's got a plot down here called Dave Dixon, who grows chilies every year, if I could pot them into bigger pots than that, and then leave them in my greenhouse. And what he's told me is, because my Reaper plants are still what he calls at the critical stage, he's told me to pot them into this size, because what he's said is if I take them out and put them into a bigger plant, I could technically frighten the root system and they could die off. He grows chilies every year, and he's also said to me that they need at least a minimum of about 16 to 18 degrees warmth to keep them going, otherwise they could still die off. And obviously the weather is still not warm enough, obviously, to leave them down here. So yeah, I'm going to repot them in these. I've sifted that compost. I'm going to finish it off, but yeah, as I said, I was quite shocked when I sifted that compost. But yeah, I'm going to finish it off. I'm going to repot these on, and I'll come back to you in a minute, guys. Just wanted to show you one of the pots I've just, or the Reapers I've just taken out. As you can see there, it's got a nice root system coming on it, and I'll put it back into a bigger pot. I'll come back to you in a minute, guys. Right, guys and girls, welcome back. There we have 2 Carolina Reaper plants successfully repotted on into 2 larger pots, and I'll take them home and put them back in my windowsill where it's warmer. And I will come back to you in a minute, guys, once I've done a few other bits and pieces. Bye for now. Right, guys and girls, welcome back. I'm going to be doing some seed sowing now, and the first pack of seeds that I've chosen to sow are a variety called pak choi, white stemmed. So I'm going to be sowing them into seed trays, and then when they're ready, I'm going to be planting them outside. I know on the packet it says sow them directly into the ground, but I grew these last year and I grew them in seed trays to start off with, and yeah, they worked. So I'm going to do it again, guys. Sow them directly into seed trays, and then when they're tall enough, or they've had a chance to germinate and they look okay, I'll plant them directly outside into one of my prepared raised beds. So I'll come back to you in a minute, guys. Right, I'm going to be sowing these into a 24 seed cell tray, and I'll get cracking on. Right, that's the tray ready, guys. So now I'm going to use my little, I call it a dobber, and I'm going to make the holes ready for the seeds to go into. I put a lot of compost in and then pat it down, and then what I do is I like to wet my compost first, and then I put another layer of compost back on top, and then obviously do my holes. Other people do it differently, but yeah, this is the way I like to do it. And then I will do 4 or 5 seeds to one little compartment, and then take off the best stems when they grow. And now what I like to do, obviously, is just you put obviously a small thin layer of compost on top, just a gentle pat down, and then give it another go over with my little sprayer. And then I will put that into the other seed compartment. I'll do a label for that, and then I will put the lid on top, and that will go on the shelf. So I'll come back to you guys in a bit. Bye for now. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Nick's Veggie Patch. It's Sunday the 14th of March on a blowy day down here at the allotments. I was down here yesterday and it was really bad, the weather. It's ripped edges of my polytunnel, and obviously because I went home early yesterday afternoon, I didn't really look in my polytunnel. Basically the wind knocked over one of my shelves that are in my polytunnel, which is like that shelf there, and it knocked over my broad beans, my trays with my broad beans in there. Luckily they're okay, so I can repot them on, which I will do this morning. But yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of a tidy around, like I said I was going to do yesterday in the polytunnel now, because I can't really afford to lose any more seedlings. So I'm going to be moving all of this, bringing in a smaller shelf which isn't too big, and putting the smaller shelf in here. But yeah, luckily it was only the broad beans and my squash that got a little bit damaged. Nothing major, but I'm going to sort all that this morning and have a change around, and hopefully that won't happen again. But it was really windy up here yesterday. I mean, I hope any of you guys haven't fared as bad, well, too badly as I have. Hope your allotments are all safe. It was a very, very windy day yesterday, but you know, that's what we have to put up with, and we move on. So I'm having a sort out now, and I will come back to you guys in a bit when I've had a bit of a change around, and I can show you what's happening. But yeah, as I said, things got a bit ripped. And just quickly, actually, before I sign off, to do a tidy up. The wind was so strong yesterday, obviously it's ripped into my polytunnel sheeting. But what I'm going to do is, if this does eventually go, this sheeting will start to go, a plot holder there has got that plastic tarpaulin stuff. I'm going to buy some of that and put over this frame rather than having the green stuff on there. But I'll get cracking on, guys, and I'll come back to you in a bit. Right, guys, welcome back. I've had the tidy up here. Start off with in the greenhouse. I've brought the shelving unit that was in the polytunnel back into the greenhouse alongside the other one. I've moved the vegetable rack over to this side of the greenhouse, and one of my bench tables I've moved out of the greenhouse and put into the polytunnel, so it's not too crowded in here. I've moved it into the polytunnel, as you can see just there directly in front. I've shut the door up for a minute because it's getting really, really windy in there, and my door is starting to come away at the seams. But I've got some potting on to do. I'm going to have a quick coffee and I'll come back to you guys in a bit. So, bye for now, guys. Right, welcome back, guys and girls. As I said this morning, I've had a few issues with the weather down here at Nick's Veggie Patch, or my allotment. But what I've done since I've been away, I popped back home for an hour or so, and then I came back down the allotment. I've been trying to have a look at patching up bits and pieces, but what I've done is I've repotted all my broad beans that were thrown out of their trays because the wind had blown up against this racking and basically shoved a load of stuff onto the floor. I've managed to save it. The broad beans, they were starting to germinate, but hopefully I've saved them. So basically now what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just doing some more sowing. A couple of things that fell out, I'm going to try and repot on again. So I've got things like squash. They came out of the tray, but they're okay because they hadn't started to germinate yet. So I'm going to try and put them back in the tray, and hopefully they will. Also, I'm going to be re-sowing some parsnips again because they came out of the tray, but I had them in another tray. So basically the soil fell out into that tray and the seeds have survived. So I'm going to try repotting them back on. So I've just popped back down to do a few more bits before the light fades, and just to give you an update. But yeah, it's become windy again down here. It's also chucking it down with rain, but I'm in my greenhouse, so I am protected. As you can see there, just looking out my window, showing you the white polytunnel there. One of my allotment holders had a big rip in her polytunnel, so she's had to put some netting up there just to kind of keep it in place till she can get it sorted. But yeah, some of the plot holders got hit down here on my plot. One of them had some of their glass broken out of their greenhouse. I haven't come off too bad, but as I say, I'm down here. I'm going to do a few more seed sowing trays, and then I will be back home to upload the video. There probably won't be a video in the week because I'm back on my rotational shift pattern again, which isn't great, but I'm in a job, I suppose, and I have to be thankful, as many other people aren't. So yeah, I shall finish off down here, guys, upload the video later, and I will see you back down here again next weekend. But yeah, I'm going to do some more seed sowing. I will come back to you before I go, guys, but I better get cracking on. I might even boil the kettle and have a coffee before I leave, but I'm going to get cracking on, and I will come back to you in a minute. So bye for now, guys. Right, guys and girls, welcome back. So I finished up now for the evening. I've done some more seed sowing. So I sowed the parsnips back into the tray, and I sowed a load more into some new seed cell trays I brought. As you can see there, I've also done some turnips, some spring onions, and some spinach matador. So yeah, I'm all done up here for the evening now. I'm going to go back home, enjoy a nice Sunday roast. Hopefully my polytunnel and my greenhouse are safe now. The wind's still fairly a bit strong down here, but hopefully it'll all be fine. Everything will be safe, and hopefully, if I don't give you an update in the week, I will see you next weekend for another edition of Nick's Veggie Patch. As I say, everything else is coming on really well. The garlic second lot are coming on. My rhubarb's coming on still. So yeah, it's all looking good down here, just this weekend where we've had this awful weather. But as I said, stay safe, guys. Enjoy your week, or enjoy your weekend as well, what's left of it. And I will see you for another episode of Nick's Veggie Patch sometime in the week or at the weekend. So this is Nick's Veggie Patch signing off. Bye for now, guys. This is a shout out to all my fellow YouTube followers. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Thanks for watching. To see more from Nick's Veggie Patch, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for new notifications, and don't forget, please click on the thumb at the bottom of the page to save videos to favourites. Bye for now, guys and girls.